Rivals of Ixalan. Rivals from the archives Rivals of Ixalan. Rivals of Ixalan was released in January 2018 and is the second set in the Ixalan block. Long time ago, we still had this block system of Magic the Gathering sets. The story continues after the events of Hour Devastation, where we saw the defeat of the Gatewatch and the castaway of Jace Beleren. On Ixalan being trapped because of the mysterious Immortal Sun, a particular artifact found in the city of Orazca, Jace teams up with Vraska in the search of such artifact and for the golden city of Orazca. Chase cards. During that time, the chase cards were Kumena, the Merfolk Lord, and Rekindling Phoenix, a particular key card in the RDW Red Deck Wins of that time. It was a very important card. Let's start opening this box. Let's take our knife, trying to pop up the seal, and you all know that once you pop up the seal, there's no way you can go back. Long time ago, I recorded this box opening, and they lie there on my hard disk, and it was a pity. So I decided that I will do some movie magic and bring you back the enjoyment of opening these type of boxes, the golden packs of Rivals of Ixalan. Let's start opening these packs. As I said, the chase cards during that time were Kumena, the Merfolk Lord, and Rekindling Phoenix. Nowadays, Brass Bounty is the first rare card. Nowadays, it's a different story. It's a different story because Rivals of Ixalan, apart from it's gaining quite value, especially the sealed boxes in English, we're talking about $150, $160 each box. Let's say 2 years ago, you can buy these boxes at $90, $95. Now they are $150, $160. So you can imagine how expensive they are getting. Bishop of Binding, quite a good rare during that time. I was saying that nowadays the chase cards are the commander staples. Rivals of Ixalan has a couple of commander staples. We're talking about Twilight Prophet, a $25 mythic card. Seafloor Oracle, that's another quite good rare card. Zagama, one of the most played commander dinosaurs in this set. We have also the Immortal Sun. We have E.N.D, the vampire. It's a very good commander card. During that time, the card was not that much valuable. I think it was around $5, maybe less. Bonus Hunger, that's the rare of this pack. E.N.D was quite cheap. I'm talking about $5. I don't believe that it was more expensive than $5. Nowadays, because of Commander, the card gained quite an amount of value, and we're talking about $20. Siegehorn Ceratops. There's also Polyraptor, a particular dinosaur which, when it's dealt damage, it will replicate itself. So these are, let's say, the staple cards or the chase cards in these boxes nowadays. We have also, in this type of boxes, Champion of Dusk, we have also two Planeswalkers, Huatli and Angrat. Angrat is the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first Planeswalker cards that Angrat, the Planeswalker, featured in a Magic the Gathering set. And we have the second card of Huatli. Huatli, one of the Sun champion of Jade Light Ranger. That's a very good rare card, one of the best rare cards that you could pull out of these boxes. If I'm not mistaken, it was around $8 to $10. Pulling one of those rare cards from Rivals of Ixalan. I was saying that Huatli, the Sun champion, she has one version in Ixalan and another version in Rivals of Ixalan. Eventually it was reprinted in War of the Spark also. Etali, Primal Storm. Rivals of Ixalan had this particular cycle, Elder Dinosaurs. 5 Elder Dinosaurs and Zagama, which is a multicolor. 5 Elder Dinosaurs, one for each color. Etali was the red one. Let's see. Warkite Marauder, another very good rare card during that time. I believe the most famous Elder Dinosaur out of the Rivals of Ixalan is Galta, the 12/12 Trample Dinosaurs, which, if you have quite big creatures, you can cast it for quite low mana. It's a very important, I think it's a very good dinosaur card, one of the best. Mastermind Acquisition, one of the best, in my opinion, best dinosaur you can pull out of these boxes. There were also, in this particular set, in Rivals of Ixalan, something which is quite uncommon for a Magic the Gathering set, we didn't have a land cycle. Instead of a land cycle, we had a cycle of double Awakening Amalgam, double face cards, which they could be flipped. And if you flip them, they will transform into a legendary land. One of them had the abilities of a Chaos Credit. So you could flip this particular card, Path to Discovery, you could flip this particular card and you had the abilities of a Chaos Credit. As you can see, I'm searching also in this particular video, I'm searching also two particular uncommon cards. Legion's Lieutenant, one of the Vampire Lord, which gives other vampires +1/+1, and the Ravenous Chupacabra. This is one of those cards that can flip. You can see they can flip into a legendary land. They were quite interesting cards. I was saying the Ravenous Chupacabra and Legion Lieutenant were the most expensive uncommon cards from Rivals of Ixalan. If I'm not mistaken, during that time I think they were quite $1 or $1.50 each, which nowadays is quite rare to have these type of crafty cut pairs. It's quite rare to have uncommons, valuable uncommons in a Magic the Gathering set with this mass printing. Let's continue opening these boxes. Personally, I really loved the golden packs of Rivals of Ixalan. There's another rare card. Admirers, Hoarders. The mechanics of Rivals of Ixalan. There was a particular mechanic which I really love. Personally, I really love, especially in Commander, Protean Raider. Especially it is the Ascend. Ascend. If you had a card with the Ascend mechanic on the battlefield and you had 10 permanents, yes, 10 permanents including the lands, you will get this City Blessing. It was also a token, Sphinx Decree. It was also a token. When you get the City Blessings, if you have a card with the Ascend mechanic, those cards will have an additional benefit. So some cards get a +1/+1 counter, some cards got, for example, an extra draw card. So you can imagine how good this particular Ascend was. This is why I really love this Ascend, because personally I really love filling my battlefield with creatures and permanents, and therefore it's quite easy to get the 10 permanents. Blood Sun, this was a very interesting card at spoiler season. When this card was spoiled, everyone was saying, yes, Blood Sun is very similar to Blood Moon. No, it's not similar to Blood Moon. It is a Blood Sun, but everyone was excited about that particular card. It was Blood Sun. Let's see what we can pull from this. The first mythic, I think it's the first mythic from this box. The first mythic is Azor's Gateway. One of those cards that could be flipped into one of the legendary lands. I think that is the first mythic card from this box. Rivals of Ixalan is, as I said, is the second set of the Ixalan block. And Ixalan was the main set of the two. It was quite a big set, but Rivals of Ixalan is quite a small set. Therefore, pulling double rares or even mythics would be quite common in these type of boxes. We're talking about a set which, I'm not mistaken, I think it had around 185 cards, so it was quite a small set. Slaughter the Strong, very interesting card, very good card. Recently reprinted in Commander Legends as an uncommon. Slaughter the Strong. Maybe you can notice that during that time the pull rate of rare cards, the pull rate of Hidden's Climb. Let me tell you a small story about this card, Hidden's Climb. It's a flip card. This card didn't have any value at all. Let's say it was a bulk rare, 50 cents, $1 maximum, maybe at release $1 maximum. That particular card, someone decided to brew a deck around it. Paladin of Entombment, that is the foil rare card. Someone decided to brew a deck which focused on that particular card. E.N.D, just give me a second, E.N.D, the Dusk Rose. I told you that particular card, that was that currently is now, it's around $20 to $25. This is one of the big hits in these boxes during that time, and you can notice that during that time it had no value at all. I think it was around Tatala. Very good, another good elder dinosaur. It had very few value. I think it was around $3 to $4. Nowadays things are different, because nowadays that card is around $20 to $25. So let me continue the story about Hadden's Climb. So someone decided to brew a deck, went to a tournament, and he dominated that particular tournament using this particular card. His deck was focusing on this particular card. That's my chest. So you can imagine that after the win of that particular tournament, everyone was excited about Hadden's Climb. And the price of that card from 50 cents, from $1, went up to $8. We're always talking about a rare from a set like Rivals of Ixalan, which was quite common to pull. As I said, Rivals of Ixalan, it's a small set, therefore pulling this type of rares is quite common. So you can imagine that after this particular victory, everyone wanted this particular card, and the price skyrocketed to $8. Then, by time it stabilized to around $5. Nowadays, it's still quite cheap. I think it's around $3. Then there's Shoot. Nowadays, it's around $8 to $9. Has the ascend mechanic, which lets you put a 1/1 green sapling creature token during each upkeep, and if you have the City Blessing, they get a +2/+2. Also, Well Shaper, that is the rare card from that pack. So it was quite interesting having this particular card, Hadden's Climb, which, as I said, skyrocketed to around $8. We have quite a nice pull now. We have Angrat, one of the mythic planeswalkers. Angrat also has a quite interesting story. The card wasn't played at all in standard. Price was around $5 to $6. Not really an expensive card, not really an expensive planeswalker. But once that the Ravnica block was being spoiled, everyone was preparing to build decks, that Rakdos decks that uses red and black, and Angrat was the perfect planeswalker for that particular deck. And the card skyrocketed at around $15 to $18, which eventually stabilized at around $12, and nowadays I think it's around $5 to $6, because obviously Angrat it's not in standard. Kumena's Awakening. There's another Merfolk Mistbinder, another Merfolk Lord, gives other Merfolks +1/+1. It wasn't a legendary creature, so building Merfolk decks was quite common during that time. And having one, there's the City Blessing. I told you, once you do the Ascend, you will get that particular token, the City Blessing. And there was no one that can be removed that particular token. So once you had the 10 permanents, you will get the City Blessing. Only if you had an Ascend card in play or on the battlefield. Once you had the City Blessing, even if you didn't have the 10 permanents, you still had the City Blessing. So any card entering the battlefield that has Ascend, even if you didn't have the 10 permanents, but if you had the City Blessing token, you still benefit from that particular City Blessing. The last two packs of this box, I really hope you enjoyed this box opening. As I said, Temple Altisor, I have this type of videos. I filmed this type of box opening quite long time ago. I know that my setup is not perfect. During that time, I was still learning how to do videos for YouTube, how to do videos for my channel. And this is the last card pulled, Time Stream Navigator. This is a very good mythic card. Nowadays it's going up in price because we have Commander Legends, and Commander Legends concentrate on pirates. I hope you like this video. I hope you like this particular box opening. I have more and more these type of from the archives. I will issue them one by one by time. Subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.